Alright everybody, so today we're gonna be doing some interior work on my X5. So like as everybody knows, these seats, even though they're super comfortable and sporty and they will keep you in there really firm and tight, they do have some side bolster wear issues. So I'm sure from what I've seen, 9 out of 10 is gonna have this fold right here. That would be kind of, I think it's visible in the video. Over time, like getting in and out, it's actually most of this wear came from the previous owner. I'm actually really careful with my seats and interior and such. I get in and get out in a certain way not to damage this, but either way, it's gonna be the foam on the inside and will be getting weak. And the side bolster here, as well as the leather here, will develop a crack. So if you look at it, it's already starting, and all these lines, you know, the stress lines, it is hard to avoid, but it's gonna happen. So what I'm doing today is I am taking this complete front seat out, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be similar for E70, F15 and such. And I'm taking the seat to an upholstery shop. This there is also came from the previous owner. I haven't seen it. The dealership, when they sold me the car, they touched this up. So, but over time it wore, and I'm not sure if something got spilled. There's some kind of damage there. So either way, we're gonna take the seat out. We're gonna take it to a upholstery shop. We got the color matched. I would say probably 99% match. So I think it's gonna work out really well. So I will be ideally. The seat is going to be held by 4 bolts at the bottom, and it's going to be a seat belt coming to the seat. So you need to loosen that, as well as there's going to be maybe 2 or 3 plugs. I haven't done one yet, but so ideally what we're going to do is I'm going to shows the car won't slip. Let's see. Okay, car's back. Okay. So what we're going to do is going to move the seat all the way up, so we gain access to here, to the bolts at the bottom, as well as the seat belt. I think it goes behind this trim. So we're going to move the seat all the way up, and we're going to try to remove this trim. I haven't messed with it yet. I'll be right back with you. I will show you how it comes off. We're removing this trim to gain access to the mounting bolts, to the you know, pretty much the frame rails of the seat, as well as the seat belt mounting bolt should be here somewhere in this area. So I'll be right back with you. So that was fairly easy. So what happens, how I got it off, is I pretty much push it from the bottom here and just push it up like this, and it just slides off. And the other end there is also, you just push it up. I'll show you the clips. Let me see if I can get this thing out in one piece. Hopefully I don't break stuff today. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. So you see the tab right there, you can, and this is the tab right here that goes into this structural, kind of sits in there. I press my finger right here and pretty much pops up. And in the back, yeah, it just goes over the side brace. So anyway, what we're looking at right now is looking pretty crazy, but let me see where the seat belt goes. So this is the seat belt, and this is the seat belt bolt. So probably gonna access it from the back, and I'm just gonna move my light. So the trim is off, as you see, and so we're gonna I'll be back. I'll show you the bolts for the frame rails, as well as the bolt for the seat. So we got to get a couple more things out of the way before we remove the seat belt. So right here, I'm taking this seat control trim off, which is fairly easy. You will see those tabs. So you pretty much just pull it down and then pull it away from the seat, and it just unsnaps. It snaps right here, a couple snaps on top and a couple snaps at the bottom as well. There's gonna be a snap in the back, which is very easy to do. Just gonna move it to the back, and this is where we at with this seat. There's gonna be a couple bolts, like I mentioned before, in the front, and there's gonna be an airbag connector, which is, you know, just lift up, press this tab and lift up right here. It's got a plastic bridge on top, and it slides out. There should be another connector. I'll show you in just a minute, but I'm just I learn as I go, and this is fairly complex mechanism, which not too bad. They got some kind of cable and a piston and a connector coming to it. So we just need to remove this seat belt, which I will show you where I'm at with this currently. Okay, so these are two Torxes for the rear, which appears, I don't know yet, but it appears to be like T47 maybe. There's two of them there. We'll remove this plastic trim, which is easy. Let me get this thing out of the way so it'll be visible. Just lay it on the floor. Okay, so here is the Torx for the seat belt. So that's my plan right now, is take this Torx out. I'm just gonna see if maybe the whole mechanism comes off with a cable and such and stays on the seat belt. We'll just see. If that's what happens, we'll take the Torx off and we'll move the mechanism. There's gonna be one plug there. We'll just unplug it. It's towards the front of this setup, and otherwise we should be in a good shape. So I will take this Torx out. Okay, so I got the connector removed. All it takes is just press this upper tab, and it pretty much just with little persuasion it comes out from the I guess it's probably like an igniter or something, you know, that tightens your seatbelt cable up in case you're in an accident. But anyway, I got this thing out, and now I can actually safely remove the Torx bolt. And by the way, it's a T47. So you're gonna take it out. Okay, so this whole setup is out. Like I was thinking, that's this T47 Torx that was holding it all together. So I'm just gonna put it out of the way, kind of slide it up some, and all we're gonna do is now, let's see if it's T47 as well. Yeah, well, it kind of loose. It might be T50. So we're gonna undo those two Torxes right there in the floor, and then we're gonna move on forward. Okay, so while I'm at it, I want to remove this plastic trim. So what I do is simultaneously press the tab in there in the hole and pull and kind of pry it on the side, and it should slide right out there. Yeah, you gotta pry both sides. Sorry, I got stuff in the way. Wheel. Almost. Yeah, something's holding it on this side, I think. There you go. Okay. Okay, so this piece goes right there. And this is the tab. Okay, cool. So we're doing the same. Oh, wow. We got some broken glass. Somebody must have broke into this car at some point. We on the end. You be like that. Okay, the same way on this side. Just gonna move this, press the tab, try to pull a little bit. I'm gonna use the same socket to actually push this out the way. There you go, and this one slides out as well the same way. Okay, and we got this one as well. So, okay, so this is what we're looking at in the rear. Both Torxes out, and I used the same T47 just because I'm lazy, but this is where we're at with this install. So I'm gonna move on to the front, and I'm pretty sure there's gonna be two more T47s there. I'll move my light, and we'll see what happens. And of course, we're gonna move the seat all the way back. Yes, car fell asleep. But anyway, we're gonna move the seat all the way back and access the front T47. Okay, so I got the seat moved completely back, and now I'm removing this trim. And there's gonna be another Torxes here, and it's gonna be the same way. We just unsnap the trim. It's kind of, what I'm doing is I'm pressing it down and apart, and it slides off. It's hard to explain. Just work it, and it's not terribly bad. I just want to show you what's holding it there. So it's not that bad. And then we will get access. So I'm gonna remove the other trim piece, the plastic piece, as well as I'm gonna take the bolt out, and then we're gonna try to mask everything off, make sure we don't scratch things up. Everything is, I think it's called extended leather, so leather everywhere. We just gotta be careful. All right, so I got the seat loosened. I was wrong, there's actually only one connector that goes to this main harness that goes to the all the seat motors, as well as the airbags and whatnots. So what I got right now is I'm gonna move the seat into the, there you go, bottom position. Just gonna close up the bottom as much as I can, and all I got left is let me see. Okay, so it compressed. It's hard to do. Okay, let me get this plastic piece out the way. I swear I got a little plastic piece stuck in there. Okay, sorry. So yeah, so I'm gonna move the seat so the rails kind of get even right there. At this point, I'm gonna probably lay the seat flat, so it'd be easier to get it out past the, not completely flat, but I would say probably probably this way should be good. So now what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna cover the steering wheel, cover the center console. I got me a bunch of blankets. I'm gonna cover the door just to make sure. I'm probably gonna cover that, all that leather under there, just to make sure when I remove the seat I don't damage anything. But overall it's just straightforward. I'm pretty sure the seat's gonna be pretty heavy, but we'll make it happen. So this is I got it all kind of masked off. It's a really thick microfiber towel, drying towel on the steering wheel. I got a really thick blanket on the center console. I got this trim masked off with just a regular blanket, I mean a towel, and there's a big blanket with clamps all around for the door not to damage it. So at this point we're just gonna, what we're gonna do is we're gonna unplug unplug the connector at the bottom. This yellow connector should be easy, and I'm just gonna probably lay the seat back just a little more. That's all. That's about the angle I think it's gonna work. If I need to change the angle, I just gotta plug it back up, and so keep my fingers crossed. Hopefully it all works out. I was able to move the seat out, so at this point I think I have plenty of room to just get the seat out past the door. If anything, everything's covered up. Just gotta be, all it is with this particular job here, like right now, it's slower is faster. You just got to take your time and pull the seat out and be done with it. So I'm gonna keep on, I mean at this point I gotta go get past the steering wheel, which should be easy, and not scratch this up, which should be fairly easy. So we're almost out. Okay, so that was actually pretty easier than I expected. So what I had to do is, let me get this light set. So I had to do is I put the back all the way against the console so it slides under the steering wheel, because the steering wheel is already all the way up. And that's it. I mean, it came out. There's no scratches, no damage anywhere. Everything is, again, I'm gonna clean this up. I might obviously I'm gonna vacuum everything. Maybe I might do some sound deadening in this area on the floorboard, but that's gonna be a separate video. I might add to it. But long story short, yeah, this is where I'm at, and the seat is here, and it will be going to the upholstery shop. And so this is it. Not bad at all. Now that I know what goes where, I would say it's probably less than an hour seat removal. Very easy, super easy. So it's been 2 weeks. I just got the seat from the upholstery shop a couple days ago. It's been super crazy with my schedule and all, but this is the finished product. So if you look, the tone, I mean, it's literally maybe 1-2 shades off, but this had a lot of chemicals on it, the upper portion, while the bottom of the seat is just straight up dry, fresh leather. So it's easy to make it, you know, that will look the same. And this is a Maserati color, Maserati leather. I will mention in the description what leather we use from Maserati. That's for the obviously for the aragon brown, and you will see the stitching and the perforation all matched. You can still see the chalk from the guy that was doing the job, but everything is brand new and fresh. All the stitching is nice and even. And I haven't sat on this seat yet, but I'm gonna install it in the car. Here is the car. I got everything taped up and protected. I'm gonna throw a blanket over the center console, not to scratch, but everything is pretty much ready for the seat to go back in. So the seat is actually one of the easiest seats to install and actually get out of the car. I've done quite a few. Okay, so what we got at this point is we're gonna plug up this, I guess, belt tensioner plug. We're gonna plug up this full seat power as well as the, I would assume that's the airbag because it's yellow connector. And we're gonna install the seat. So now the seat can be moved, you know, forward and backwards. So we can actually, we're gonna put the seat down and we're gonna start those, you know, the I don't remember the size of the bolts. I think it was probably, I guess it would be T45 probably bolts. Install the seat, get everything tightened up, and I will be back with the final result. I'm going to remove everything out of the way, just for reference. This is how I got everything protected. Make sure that nothing does get scratched up. The door is all wrapped up, and I had the center post wrapped up as well. So yeah, so everything is in, and it was not bad of a job. It was expensive, but it was not bad of a job. And the seat is like brand spanking new. Look at that. Would you just look at that? So I got the seatbelt piece back on. It is fairly easy to do. It could be tricky, but the way it goes on, it looks impossible to slide it back on, but it goes on like this and it just falls into position. Then we tighten T47 torques back there, and I think we tightened to 255 Newton meters. I have to double check. So now there's a quick trick while at it. This thing could be pretty annoying, making noise. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unsnap this. Let's see, the tab there. Should be a tab here somewhere as well. Whoops. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some felt, just sticky felt in the back here, or maybe actually even back here. That way it doesn't rub and doesn't make all that crazy noise. I'm just gonna quiet it down a little bit. So I got this thing, I got some sticky felt. I use it for all my sound deadening. This is perfect for edges and panels that overlap. Like you see this overlap, I would put felt under there and it will prevent it from cracking. But anyway, so here it is. Got it done. It just slides in there, the tab. And it's very important to put some felt right here as well. Just very tight. And get it. And you'll see the difference. I mean, there's nothing there. Nothing. Good to go. All right, we got this done, and we're gonna move on to installing this seat trim, and we pretty much coming to an end of this project, and I'm super happy with this seat bolster. Oh my god, I'm gonna have like a brand new car here in just. Okay, so for those of y'all who care about the noise and creaks and all kind of just overall cabin comfort, you know, interior comfort, see all these tabs here that you see. It's gonna be plastic on plastic, so there's a high chance this is gonna make a creaking noise like these tabs right here. So what I'm gonna do is it's gonna be super simple and it's gonna work. I'm just gonna lay this over and just throw it in there, and so pretty much plastic tab is gonna go against this felt, so it's not gonna be any direct plastic on plastic rubbing. So we're gonna go here, we're gonna go here, we're gonna go here, What else do I see? I think that's pretty much, I think that's it. It might be something in the back on that plastic, I mean on the metal bracket back there. I'm gonna lay some felt. And what else I'm gonna do is, because this is a big portion of plastic that is just flat and loose, I'm gonna apply some sound deadening, which is, I typically use Kill Mat. It's super easy, it's affordable, and it works great. So I'm gonna put a few pieces of Kill Mat here, gonna run all around here, and maybe a piece over there. So I'll show you what it's gonna look like, and I'm pretty much gonna be done with this install at this point. So this is about how it's gonna look. I got the vibration dampener on the trim, and I got all this felt everywhere where the tabs would slide onto, as well as there's a felt on that backing plate, the metal plate back there. So this should quieten things up drastically, and I'm gonna throw this on. Pretty much gonna go from the back, and this tabs go in first, and then everything else snaps in. Okay, so I got the trim installed. There should be just a small correction. There should be no sound deadening here in this area because everything snaps in super close and super tight. Otherwise, everything is very nice and tight and snug. Just make sure you work everything through, make sure everything snaps in. Everything looks super nice here as you see it. So I think I'm missing like a trim piece here, I think, and that's pretty much the one that covers all that stuff. I don't know, but see, maybe not. Okay, so I'm gonna put the seat back down. Oh, I done messed up. I need to put this piece goes over the seat belt. So yes, I'm gonna take this trim piece off again, and I'm gonna run the seat belt through here. That's definitely a mess up. There's something to consider. All else is I think that's it. So yeah, I'm gonna take this off, run the seat belt through here, and snap it back on. Here it is. You can see the color comparison to the factory aragon brown. I mean, everything is super. The stitching, the texture, perforation, everything's, I mean, it's on point. Everything looks just great. Okay, I think it's overspray. So you will see the bolster is intact. Everything's super tight. I mean, it should last for a good while. This part is also quiet, nice and quiet. I still need to do something about these things. And pardon the mess because the car been sitting up for a few weeks. Everything is beautiful. I am so happy. I am lovely. Yes, I was looking for that for a minute. So yeah, so everything's set up, everything's good to go. I'm gonna test drive the car. I'm gonna crank it, make sure there's no airbag lights from the install, make sure the upholstery guys did right. I mean, they didn't mess any wires up. Make sure I didn't unplug any connectors. I mean, it was fairly straightforward. But all in all, I mean, I would give this job probably 3 out of 10. Just got to be careful not to mess things up. Everything is plug and play, very straightforward. This was pretty expensive for me, but I mean, I'm sure your local upholstery shop can probably do a better price. But the job, I would say probably it's on point. Beautiful. I'm super happy.